Okay, good morning, guys. So after many trials and tribulations, we got this thing done. Let me show you. Now it's kind of slow, it does have an adjustment, but since I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to mess with it. This is better than having to get off and do it by hand on a rainy day. Okay, so now let me show you, and then I will tell you what I did. So now it's on its way back, and I am going to cross in front of the gate. And there it is. The infrareds are finally working. And what I had to do is, here inside the motor, I had to switch the wires for L1, L2, which is the load. And then there was two more wires, and I really don't know what they were for, but the technical support of where I got this motor from, they've been fantastic. Woon calls them and sends them videos of what I want, and they do whatever, and there it is. So they're the ones that said, okay, switch these wires around to fix this problem and that problem. And then the infrared wasn't working, so they told me to switch two more, and that was my fault because there is two wires coming from this sensor here, and they come out right here in this little clear pipe. And before, I had a whole bunch of those thick red wires there because I didn't have that little bitty wire there. So temporarily I hooked it up, and the sensors were kind of working. They were clicking, but it was going in the wrong direction. They were actually, when you cross, they would close instead of open. So when I switched to the smaller wire, somehow or another I got the power wire and the common wire switched around, so it was not working at all. So they sent me a little photo that said switch these two wires, and voila. So I switched the wires, and now it is working. Yeah. Now the only issue that's with this gate, which has nothing to do with the motor or any of that, I'm going to show you when this thing quits moving here. The only issue that needs to be resolved is this is actually really close here, and it has a little gap here. Now I did bend this and it does go in, but if you look at this thing, the center has a little bit of a bow. So what I'm going to have to do is cut this off and re-weld it by moving this a little bit this way so that it, here, let me show you. If you look at this, this is actually a little bit out that way. So what I'm going to have to do is move this out this way so that it sits a little bit more natural. And by doing that, what it will do is, if you heard if you heard a click, what is happening, because this is a little bowed, it tends to move that gate over the gear on the motor, and it kind of shoves it off to the side a little bit. So I'm going to have to move this. It's a guide for putting that gate in there. So anyway, I've got enough things to do. It can wait. It is working properly. It is going in there. That little guide here does move the gate over about 1/4 of an inch that it needs. So at a later time, I'll go ahead and cut this and move it over so that it goes in without having to push it out. Because what happens is when this gets pushed out that way, that corner gets pushed this way because it does one of these. So by making this gate go in naturally in here without being pushed out, then this corner will stay in the natural position and the bottom will not get pushed out that way. So yeah, and by doing that, what happens is one of these bolts, I haven't looked to see which one it was, but one of these bolts that hold this thing here hits down there by that C3, and that's why you hear this click click as it goes brushing by. I suppose if you left it there, eventually it'll wear down to where it doesn't catch, but that wouldn't be right. So yeah, when I get some time, well actually it's whenever I make some time, I will cut this, move it out this way, and re-weld it in there. Yeah, so now we know it works. I'm happy with it. Now let's see about ordering a motor for that gate right there. Now that one there is 6 meters, so I will have to order extra bars, little gear bars there, whatever they're called. This one here is 4 meters, so 4 bars was enough. That one there is 6 meters, so I'm going to have to order an additional 2. But as far as the weight of the gate, this little motor here, believe it or not, is rated at 1,000 kilos, which is a lot. I mean, it is a heavy gate. And that gate over there is nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. So that motor should work just fine on that side, and it's just a matter of connecting the power inside the house to the circuit breaker, and good to go. All right, we'll see about when we make that happen. I guess the first step is ordering the motor and then going from there. All right, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย